since we're talking about breathing in exercise, one of the things, like, I'll get these high level NBA players, they're in really good shape already, and I'll get them to do just a 5-minute nasal breathing cardio warm up, kind of zone 2, where I feel like anybody should be able to get through this, and they do, and they feel good. But when it gets to more of the anaerobic stuff, they feel like they just can't do it through the nose and they have to go to mouth breathing. Do you think it's possible to get through like a basketball game with just nasal breathing, or are you going to have to go to that kind of survival mechanism of using the mouth?
Anytime I'm working with a competitive athlete, I would never expect them to have 100% nasal breathing. But what I really do want them to do is to adapt some nasal breathing to get the body to make those adaptations. Now, it is tougher when you switch from mouth to nose breathing, and probably it wouldn't be great to do it during match practice session because the air hunger can be quite strong. So when you first adapt from mouth to nose breathing, carbon dioxide is not able to leave the body so quickly because the nose is a smaller entry and exit to the mouth. So when you do your physical exercise with your mouth closed, your metabolism is producing a lot of carbon dioxide. But because the carbon dioxide isn't able to leave the body quickly enough, carbon dioxide increases in the blood. This is why you feel the increased sensation of air hunger. But this is where it's beneficial, because when you expose your body then to the increased carbon dioxide, your body adapts to an increased CO2 tolerance. And then your breathlessness on the field, on the court, is going to be reduced. Now, in one study by Professor George Dallam in 2018, now he got 10 recreational athletes and he got them breathing exclusively through their nose for 6 months, and then he tested them. And they were able to achieve 100% of their work rate intensity with nasal breathing versus mouth breathing on a graded exercise test. But with nasal breathing, they had 22% less ventilation. So the thing about nasal breathing is that if you do some of your training, and I would say typically about 40, 50%, your body will make those adaptations. And then when you're going out onto the field and on board, you're not going to be breathing as hard. And as a result, then you're less likely to gas out. Now, there's plenty of examples of, you could have two athletes and both are the same age and many things are very similar. They do the same training, but one might have disproportionate breathlessness. You have to ask, why does this athlete have disproportionate breathlessness? Why are they gassing out too soon? Why do they not have a reserve there? That's when dysfunctional breathing is kicking in. So it's that person's everyday breathing that is kicking in during the game as well. Now, a person's ability to breathe through their nose during physical exercise will be influenced by both score, but also by nasal airway. And there is a genetic predisposition towards being able to breathe through your nose. So the black guys, they have a better nasal airway. And you'll often find that they will be able to do full high intensity exercise with their mouth closed. We had one of the MMA fighters at the weekend who's been trained by one of our coaches. And I can't think of his name, the athlete, but watching the fight, his recovery was nasal breathing. And this is pretty much high intensity. This is UFC level. That the thing about nose breathing, when you can adapt it, you have a much better recovery and you have better oxygen delivery. But I would combine, I suppose we need to look at the big picture here. Sleep, everyday breathing, breath hold exercises. So we want to improve the everyday breathing pattern, but we also want to stress the body and mind at the same time. And it's the combination that can contribute towards performance.